start, let's make some noise with our maid of honor, Miss Maid Cabrera.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good evening. I would like to start off by congratulating the newlyweds, Noelia and John. And I would also like to thank everyone for traveling near or far and for braving the cold weather to celebrate with warm hearts tonight. For those of you who don't know, my name is Maid Cabrera, and as the last name implies, I am the sister to the beautiful bride. So glad we share the same genes. But I don't want the height to fool you. Despite being the taller of the two, I am in fact the younger sibling, which technically makes Noelia my big little sis, which I call her frequently. And I have to say, I think everyone in this room would agree that there is nothing little about Noelia, especially when it comes to heart. Noelia has the biggest heart out of anyone I know, and it has been amazing to see her share it with John. And, Noelia's been an amazing sister. I'm not just saying that because I'm here on her wedding day. She didn't pay me to do this, but she's been absolutely amazing. And I think the reason why she's been so amazing is because she's never just been a sister to me. Throughout the course of my life, I can't look at you because you're going to make me cry. Throughout the course of my life, Noelia has taken on so many different roles. Noelia has been my best friend, my confidant, my cheerleader, coach, teacher, at times second mother, and always an inspiration. And I have stories for days on end about Noelia in all of these different roles, but I once heard that a good speech has a good beginning and a good ending, and a great speech has the two of them very close together. So I will keep it short tonight. But there's one story, it cracks me up. It's a story about Noelia where it really just showcases her as my second mother. And I believe this role is just derived from a fierce protectiveness over me, her little sister. It was a couple of years ago, I was dating a guy and invited him over for dinner with the family to meet them. Very nerve-wracking situation. And you would think going into it that his biggest challenge would be having to impress my father, the gunsmith. But what he didn't know was that I had Noelia for a sister. And she's making small talk with him. She asks him, "What do you do?" And he tells her he's a manager at such and such financial firm. And she says, "Oh, well, what does a typical day at work look like for you?" And he says, "Well, I manage about 8 to 10 people and basically crunching numbers all day." And Noelia says, "Oh, so then you must be pretty good at math." And he was trying to be modest. He said, "Yeah, I like to think I'm pretty good with numbers." And so, without skipping a beat, she looks him dead in the eye and says, "That's interesting. What's 23 times 74? And he couldn't see the look of horror on my face because he was too busy calculating 3 times 4, 31. But I knew then that even if he had the right answer, he was not going to pass her test. And John, I don't want to alarm you. I will not put you through any sort of mathematical pop quiz because I know better than anyone else, for you to be sitting where you are right now, you have had to pass the hardest test of all, Noelia. And so I really should be congratulating you. The family and I were rooting for you the whole way through, really hoping that you would get there, and you passed with flying colors. So, congrats. Congrats, we're so excited. On a serious note, being the younger sibling, I didn't have those feelings of overprotectiveness over Noelia because my entire life, Noelia had gone before me, walked the walk, blazed the trail, carved a path through life. that I can only aspire to follow. And so, the best part about it was not how well she lived her life, but it was always that no matter how far ahead she was, she always came back around to walk beside me when it was my turn. And she was there every footstep. And so, as younger sibling, I could only hope and wonder if anyone would ever be able to do for Noelia what she did for me. And I could not have dreamed up a better person to walk through life with Noelia than John. They make a great team. They bring out the best in one another. And I know as they go forward, as they walk through life together, it's not going to be just as husband and wife. It's going to be as best friends, as each other's confidant, as each other's cheerleader, and so much more. So as I grab my champagne, if you will all please raise your glasses with me. To Noelia and John, may you always walk through life together, living in love, and may love live forever in you. Cheers. I love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Maid. All right, next up we have the best man. Let's hear it for Zeke DeRose.
Marinette insisted on going first so that she could make me cry, so thank you. My name is Zeke DeRose. I have the honor of being married to John's sister, Melanie, of being the best man, and being the father of the two little flower girls today who somehow made it down the aisle without incident. So, JD, you and I were talking earlier today about the wedding, and we both have girls, and nearly every day that terrifies me of how to raise them. But when I saw the bond that Marinette and Noelia have, and how blessed you are, I realized how blessed I am. And to know that those two girls will be in my two girls' life, it's just a truly blessing. So, Mr. and Mrs. Cabrera, today is a testament to anything. It's a testament to a job well done. So, congratulations. Remember the first time we met you? When Melanie and I met you? John R. had invited us to San Antonio. I still don't know what to call that guy, but John R. invited us to San Antonio, and he said, "Oh, my friend's coming. She's not a girlfriend, she's just a friend." And we were like, all right. And you were there. We were like, what kind of girl shows up on a Saturday night to watch a mixed martial arts cage fight? We're like, dude, she's into you. And he's like, no, she's not. We're like, really? It's a mixed martial arts cage fight. And so Melanie and I knew right then, we were like, this is the one. And part of it, like Melanie said last night, you were a girl. We were really happy about that. You had lady parts. John didn't ever bring many people around. He's really good at segregating his life. But we knew Noelia was the one. Noelia, when we think of you, we think of two things. You're very determined, and you're so very considerate. And the cops are going to raise something here. You're determined to get a full refund on a plant that you buy from Costco 6 months after you bought it that died, even though you've never watered it, and somehow you do it. That's a true story. Maybe it was 5 months. You're determined, and this was the main point. You're determined that when you decided that what you wanted was a life with John, you dropped everything, moved to Denver, and made it happen. You're also one of the most considerate people we do know. We're going to have to stick together because we're in-laws and we're the outsiders, and sometimes the Montford clan can be a little high intensity and anxious. But I will tell you, for all of them, Mr. Mark and Brooke and Kyle and Jill, John T. and Debbie, there's not a single day they hadn't made us feel or treated us just like one of their own. And so we've got a pretty special thing. Finally, Melanie and I always say that with our marriage, and I'm going to get to John, you're so beautiful today. John, Melanie and I say that with our marriage that every day we want to make each other a better person. And you definitely made John a better person. So welcome to the family. All right, Melanie and I don't know what to call you, bro. Like, is it Germ? Is it John R? Is it John Ross? Is it I mean, Sam said this last night. It constantly changes depending upon who we're around, but that's okay. That's fine. So I was trying to summarize how I feel and what our relationship and friendship is. I'm an only child, so I don't know what it's like to have a sibling, let alone a brother. But when I first met you, you were kind of an odd duck. Like, you were wanting to go to med school, and you were trying to convince us that we could healthily eat off of one meal a day because that's what they did in Ethiopia. And we were like, but they don't do that by choice. That's all they have. And so we were like, is this guy really going to be a doctor? But he is, so that's a good thing. I mean, I'll have to refer to that for a second. So, if I'm going to describe you, I will describe you as protective and loyal. Do you remember when we were in Austin at a bar years ago? Your sister and I were there, you and I were there. We might have had a couple drinks. And some guy, who said some off-color remark to Melanie. And so I grabbed him by the neck. And before I could get him against the wall, you somehow Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Jedi Knight intervened, had him up against the wall with your forearm, and you were like, nobody messes with my sister and nobody messes with my brother. And I was like, all right, it might be a pretty good thing to have a brother.